Hello and welcome to the third instalment of the work in progress for the Spitfire painting. Now it's actually been about 3 weeks since the last update. I haven't touched it since then, mainly because we've had a holiday, family holiday in England. The thing is, when you leave a painting for such a period of time, you tend to lose the flow, and it's very hard to get back into it. But what I'm doing now I'm reworking the sky a bit. With fresh eyes after 3 weeks, the sky wasn't working, and so what I'm doing is changing the structure of the sky, basically. So I brought this cloud up here, trying to get more depth, basically, because as the Spitfire is going down, I think it would be nice to introduce more vertical depth rather than horizontal depth. Kind of just bring it in. I like this shadow down here, this shadow on the sea, but it's always the case. Your favourite bits you tend to have to remove. It's always the way. With that there and that there, something's got to go in the middle. And it's this. That's got to go. Because that's kind of blocking the movement of the Spitfire downwards. So, again, good. That's the beauty with acrylics, is you can just paint over it very simply. So here it goes. All that work in making that a nice fluffy cloud is now going to go. And this should open the picture up a little bit more visually. Okay, so what we've got now is taller clouds here, taller clouds there, and an open space down here. That should help give us the vertical movement, and then the sort of depth going into the picture will be provided by aircraft coming in here and possibly coming out here. Got to work that out yet. So it's quite a big change, but I think it's for the best. I think it actually gives us this vertical depth, which is what it needed. So I'll continue to work these clouds up a little bit, and yeah, see how it goes. 3 days later, I'm still working on it, still working on the clouds, still working on the structure, and it's getting there, but there's still a few identifiable problems. So I thought what I'd do is show you the problems that just naturally pop up. First of all, the biggest problem at the moment is that there's no structure in these clouds, and what I mean by that is that they all seem to kind of sag down here, and there's no strength in them. That's the thing. There's no strength. There's no solidity. There's no perspective in them. They're all a bit just sagging and going anywhere. I might have to remove that and bring these down here, or vice versa. I don't know. So I've got to work on that area there. Also, this cloud here. I mean, this cloud is fine as it is. But it's the negative shape that's the problem, i.e. this, what looks like a river. If you see, that curve there follows coastline, which, you know, just shouldn't be like that. So what I'm going to have to do probably is to darken, bring the sea in down here, and just break up that curve, break up that reflection of that line somehow. So I've got to do that. I've also redone this river, because the river was actually quite flat and it didn't really match the horizon. So that you've got to have perspective coming down like that. So the river's going much more up in the picture. So 3 days work, still working on the clouds, trying to get some structure. It's getting there, but it's quite difficult. It's quite, you know, there's still a lot to do. So yeah, in another week yet at least, trying to solve all these problems. As soon as I've solved the background problems, then I can get onto the aircraft, and that'll be a relief. So yeah, that's where we are at the moment. And finally, 2 hours later, I think I've solved the problem. Quite by chance, really, but what I've been doing is I've been working some horizontal lines up here, which kind of gives an impression of a cloud layer, a flat cloud layer, that this aircraft is just about diving through. So what I've done, I've introduced a lot of darkness here, and so what we've got now are these clouds pushing up through this cloud layer. So instead of having like a flat area down here that didn't give you the real impression of perspective, what we're now looking at is we're kind of looking through and across rather than down. So this is a nice cloud here, a nice solid cloud pushing up through there. This one is okay, and yeah, problem solved. I've just, as I was talking about that road, I've popped that in there to break that smooth line up, and yeah, it's good. It's good. It's getting there. Finally, after 4 days of messing about with it, yeah, we're there. We're on target. So now I've solved the problem of the background, I can now tidy it up quite quickly and then get back onto the aircraft and finish it. So that will be the end of update 3. The last update will be all the details and the aircraft. So that'll be a few days, hopefully.